Hey guys. Um, First, if you didn't watch the video I put up yesterday called Doing Dishes, you don't have to watch the whole thing. But um, if you watch like the last 30 seconds, it's pretty funny. Just letting you know. Other than that, uh, as you can tell by the title, I wanted to talk about something today that is a tool in the toolbox of life that I don't think gets taught. At least I don't ever remember getting taught it when I was younger, and I never got taught it until I took therapy a few years ago. Um, but I also have a long story too. My parents were around as I was, really becoming into young adulthood there, so I didn't really have that part of my life. But I digress. Um, it's some reflection, or I believe it's introspection. I may be wrong on that word. I may be wrong on that word, but apologize for that. But it's a really important thing to do, uh, and I wish more people would practice it. Like I said, I didn't really know it till I got older in life and took advantage of therapy and learned about it and put it in my toolbox. And why I call it my toolbox, um, in the first place. And we can go into that in another episode. But I figured I'd get on here and talk with you guys about this kind of stuff because there might be somebody out there that's having a hard time with things and they don't know why, and they might not have, that tool either. So, using that self reflection, my dang nose today, I have um, I have looked over, you know, with as well as I can with my memory, looked over the relationship that I had and looked over it not from my angles on any arguments and fights, but I looked at it from her angle in arguments and fights. And looked at all that stuff. And I came to realize, oh, that's why she was saying that. And it's not because she was saying it because of that thing, but I got the feeling that she would have felt by me saying certain things. And went, oh, she was saying it because I heard her feelings about this and it wasn't really about that. And that's I think a lot of the times a guy thing too. Just to be clear, because it's something that you have to learn. Women like to communicate things with words, but the words don't always mean what their direct meaning is. Um, And it's just a difference between how men and women can communicate. Because women communicate as a whole presentation and body language, at least from my experience, more so than men do. Anyway, so once I saw that and realized how she felt or whatever, I realized why she said what she said. But it also gave me a look at what I said, and I was able to piece that back and figure out why I was the way I was and why I was angry. And it wasn't anger as anger, it was anger as a tool that my brain was using because I had felt like I didn't, because of everything that's happened in my past and how I feel about myself, that I'm a horrible person. Why can't she see I'm a horrible person? And if that's your mindset, eventually you turn into a horrible person. So my own inability, because of how I feel about myself, to allow somebody to love me without thinking that and getting angry that, well, how can they say this, that they love me or they care about me when I'm such a horrible person because of how I feel about myself? They must be trying to do something else or be trying to get one over on me or any of that stuff. So, knowing that now, I can work on that part of myself and getting myself to feel good enough, um, good enough about myself to be able to accept something like that. So that's why I say that. Why I say it's important to do the self-reflection. And why getting a, you know, I was thinking about this. Lots of people think that, well, I didn't have anything bad happen in my childhood, and so I think everything's fine, and why would I need therapy and stuff like that? It's not always about what happens in childhood. There's some stuff that happens as you get older, um, that can stick with you. And I think it would benefit a lot of people to at least go to enough therapy to have tools to be able to deal with things in their life as they come up with, or not as they come up with, as they come up, so that you don't screw up other aspects of your life without using those tools. And even if you have the tools, sometimes you don't always use them. And also, don't don't if you want, if listen, I'm gonna tell you this, on top of all that, just because I have to laugh about it now, and I'm pretty the more I've thought about it, I'm pretty much sure that there's not very many relationships, if any at all, that can last where you're stuck in a little tent trailer and you can't even go outside for a walk because it's so cold that you'll die pretty quickly from being outside too long. Yeah, I think two people, period. So don't throw that on top of it. That's the last suggestion. But anyway, so go out there and do some self-reflection. I enjoy talking with you guys about this kind of stuff, and hopefully somebody out there gets some benefit at some point in time. Because I've gotten benefits, you know, heard somebody say something on a podcast or a video once before, and it's helped me. So hopefully that helps somebody in a situation when they're in. So see you guys tomorrow.